Welcome fans of Fate Grand Order. I am Avon, you're watching FGO Tips, and today we're talking about Palingenesis, because the right way to use Grails has come up, once or twice. So let's talk about how to get a hold of these things, how to use them, and who to use them on. Holy Grails are canonically awarded after the completion of a singularity, at which time you collect the Grail that was used to create it. If you're caught up with NA so far, that means Fuyuki, Orleans, Septem, Oceanus, London, E Pluribus Unum, Camelot, Babylon, and Solomon's Temple of Time. But we've also seen a few events that were generated by Grails as well, and if you've been playing long enough, you may have collected one from Singing Pumpkin Castle, Counterfeit Heroic Spirits, Fate Excel Zero Order, Onegaishima, Summer Memory, and Super Ghouls and Pumpkins, for a total of 16 possible Grails to date. These things are rare, even more than those illustrious Crystalized Lores I'm always chasing after for skill ups. When presented with an event that offers one of these Grails, do not let it slip by. You want as many of these as you can get. Just for context, if we stay on pace with the Japanese version of the game, we can expect approximately 10 per year for the next 2 years, so pace yourself. When it comes time to use them, you just have to open your menu, Enhance, and Palingenesis. Grails can be used on servants who have otherwise reached their maximum level, which is going to depend on the rarity of the servant. 60 for a 1-star servant, 65 for 2-star, 70 for 3-star, 80 for 4-star, and 90 for 5-star. The effect of the Grail is going to be different depending on the level of the servant you use it on. Using a Grail on a level 60 servant will increase their maximum level by 10. Using a Grail on most other servants will increase their maximum level by 5. This is true for repeat uses until you get to level 90. From that point forward, each Grail will increase the servant's maximum level by 2. That means even 1-star servants can eventually reach level 100, but it will cost you 10 Grails to do it. For comparison, it only takes 5 Grails to raise a 5-star servant to level 100. All servants will continue to gain attack and HP all the way up to level 100, but keep in mind all variations of the S growth curve cease to matter after the normal maximum level. Everyone gains stats in a linear curve during Palingenesis. In addition to Grails, it's going to cost some QP as well, but the costs scale a bit differently. 5-star servants start at 9 million QP for the first Grail, then 10 million, 11 million, 12 million, and 13 million for a total of 55 million QP. 4-star servants start at 4 million, then 5 million, 6, 7, 8, 9, and finally 10 for a total of only 49 million. You'll notice that although it costs more Grails, it ends up costing less QP. The same is true for 3-star servants, which add up to 45 million QP, 2-star servants, which add up to just over 37 million QP, and 1-star servants, which come in just under 29 million QP. Now that all that's out of the way, on to the real question. Who should you be using these Grails on? Right away, I'm going to say that I don't think efficiency is the most important factor, so don't watch this section and immediately go use up all of your Grails before watching the other sections. I do think efficiency is something worth considering though, so here goes. As we previously mentioned, grailing lower tiered servants to level 100 will cost less QP than grailing 5-star servants. But unlike Grails, we can farm QP forever, so let's not even worry about that. There's a better reason that lower tiered servants are considered more efficient, and it generally revolves around how many levels you gain per Grail. For example, a 1-star servant can gain 10 levels from a single Grail, whereas a 5-star servant can gain only 2. This means a much larger stat boost per Grail for the lower tiered servants. Let's use one of my favorite 1-star servants as an example. 1 Grail will increase Arash's attack from 5,861 to 6,620, a difference of 759 points. Comparing that to my 5-star archers, Altria is only going to gain 209 attack, and Orion is even worse at 206. Not only is the raw number lower for these two, but it also represents a lower percentage boost as well. Think about it this way, if your attack is already 1000, adding another 100 is nice, but not that big of a deal. But if your attack is only 100 and you add another 100, all of a sudden you're doing twice as much damage as before. Arash is going to deal 13% more damage after a single Grail, whereas neither Altria nor Orion will see even a 2% increase. Even though it's most noticeable with 1-star servants, the same is true for others as well. Even 4-star archer Emiya will gain 493 attack from his first Grail, and another 493 from his second. For this reason, it's really popular to take some of the best 3 and 4 star servants and bump them up to level 90, after which point the return on investment goes down per grail since you'll be gaining only 2 levels instead of 5. These enhanced 3 and 4 star servants can often rival their 5-star counterparts, with the added bonus of costing a lot less to put in your party and freeing you up to spend more on your expensive CEs instead. Prime examples here include the 3-star Lancer Ku and the 4-star Berserker Heracles. Thanks to Ku's protection from arrows and Herc's Castle of Snow, these two have almost unrivaled survivability and make for amazing additions to the party at discounted costs. So does that settle things? Well, not exactly. Even if you raise Arash all the way to level 100, his attack is going to top out at 9,037, which is lower than either Altria or Orion without any Grails. The same is true for HP, and it's not just these examples, the same is almost always true. So let's now take a moment to talk about maximum power. A level 100 5-star servant will almost always have better stats than a level 100 4-star servant, which is usually better than a level 100 3-star servant, and so on. Sure, Arash will gain more stats than Altria or Orion, but that doesn't matter if you're never going to use Arash. Why power up servants that are still going to be weak when you can aim to maximize stats instead? Raising Heracles to level 90 gives him an impressive 11,773 attack, but that's still lower than 5-star berserkers like Ku Alter, who has 12,805 attack without any Grails. In fact, level 100 Herc barely beats that with 12,901, but even that can't beat level 100 Ku Alter's 14,017 attack. We only get to use 5 of our servants in each party, 6 if you count your guest, so why not make them the 5 most powerful servants you can? Whether you're trying to maximize attack or HP, 5-star servants are going to top the lists. We already talked about Ku Alter's impressive 14,017 attack, making him the second highest in our game so far. But of course, we can't talk about making the most powerful servant without discussing Jeanne Alter herself. At level 100, she boasts an unrivaled 14,498 attack. And when you combine that with Dragon Witch, Ephemeral Dream, and Le Grandement du Haine, you can just watch enemies melt away before your awesome might. Put her on your support list and watch the friend points come rolling in. Surely this is the way to spend your Grails. Unless... Let's step back for a minute so I can ask you a question. Who is your favorite servant? Is it the King of Knights? The Hound of Cullen? Oh, so close, but it's Jack. Jack is the correct answer we were looking for. In all seriousness though, there are a lot of different fan favorites out there, and that's perfectly okay. One of the things that makes FGO so popular is the variety of manga, anime, and games it's pulling characters from. Collecting your favorite characters is a huge part of the appeal, and being able to actually use those characters is one of the most fun things FGO offers. Ultimately, the game is designed such that you can clear every singularity and event without using any grails at all if you don't want to. Nothing is so hard that grailing is a requirement. So why not take the opportunity to grail up your favorite servants and make them more useful? Show your favorite fox waifu some love, whichever form you prefer. Or power up your favorite Hound of Cullen into the ultimate soloing machine he was meant to be. Or do the right thing and enhance your favorite daughter, so she can go on her merry way stabbing things. Like any game, I think the real goal of FGO is to have fun. And the game is more fun when you get to use your favorite servants, and you can use them so much more when they are at their maximum strength. Ultimately though, it does come down to you, your own preferences and needs. So whether you grail for paramount efficiency, maximum power, or ultimate love, the important thing is to enjoy the game you get to play as a result. Now, we talked about a lot of different ways to pick which servants are best, and I know people are going to continue arguing which is best, so sound off in the comments, let me know who you used your grails on, or who you're saving them up for. And let me know if you chose based on efficiency, power, love, or something else entirely. Good luck with your ascension, and as always, thanks for watching.